Hello everybody, it's me again, Miss Asma, and your today's class is a literature class. We are going to read, discuss, and analyze A Quilt of a Country. It's an essay for Anna Quindlen. About the author. The author is Anna Quindlen, who was born in 1953 in Philadelphia. She is now 67 years old. She graduated from Barnard College in 1974. She starts her work in writing as an assistant in the newspaper at the age of 18. She wrote for New York Times and New York Post when her work starts to flourish. She was the third woman to have a column in New York Times opinion pages. She won Pulitzer Prize in 1992. 3 years later, she left the newspaper and started her own work to write fictions like novels, as well as non-fictions and children's books. Some of her works like One True Thing 1998, A Short Guide to Happy Life 2000, Miller's Valley in 2016, and Every Last One in 2010. Some of her works turned into movies like One True Thing and Black and Blue. The background of this essay, guys, is going back to the attacks of 11th of September. This essay was published in Newsweek magazine about 2 weeks after the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. In New York City, almost 3,000 people were killed when hijackers crashed 2 airlines into the World Trade Center in Washington, D.C. Another 224 people were killed when a hijacked jet crashed into the Pentagon. And another hijacked United Airlines flight number 93. Passengers, they tried to regain control of the plane. All the 44 people on board died when the aircraft crashed in a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Of course, all of us remember these attacks, guys. They accused the organization of Al-Qaeda. They said that the Al-Qaeda, with the leader of Osama bin Laden, who planned these attacks at that time. A lot of people died that time, guys. As you see here, guys, I collected some photos to show the destruction happened there. The aeroplane, while it's targeted to the twins, or the World Trade Center. Other people are fleeing after the crashing. And there is another 3 other attacks. One of them targeted for the Pentagon, and another one an airline hijacked, and the 44 people on board, all of them were died, guys, that time. We are going to start reading the selection now, explain and analyze every single word in this selection. Okay, first I'm going to explain some vocabulary. Maybe you don't know its meaning, guys, in the first 2 paragraphs. So let's go through paragraph 1. I think the word mongrel in the first line. A mongrel nation, a mixed breed, or a nation full of different races. Okay. Disparate in blue, this is one of the concept of vocabulary which is already written in your book, but to know it's an adjective which means essentially different in kind. Okay, discordant, also another word of the concept of vocabulary written in your book, which means unrelated. Unrelated. Striving in the first line of paragraph 2 means fighting. Pluralistic, it's an adjective too, having multiple parts or aspects. Denial means rejecting. Lynching of blacks in paragraph 2, guys, also. Lynching means this is for or of a group of people. Kill someone for claiming without a proof. Like in the first 2 paragraphs, Anna Quindlen writes about her experience living in the United States. And she said that, unlike other countries came before, this country came into being because so many different people came to live here. She compares the United States to a patchwork quilt made of different materials and colors. And she said that these quilts or this quilt come together through a series of patches. The patches are sewn together to create one big piece of fabric. These stitches must be sewn tight to prevent the patches from falling apart. And she said that this great country attempting or trying to stay away from failure or be together, hold together, but still all of these oft-told stories about tolerance, not or being equal or treated people equally, this is little bit or not little bit, this is really different from reality, because we still see some people who see themselves better than others. And this is the main notion that this great country built up. They built up their own nation on this notion. Notion means concept, the concept that all of us are created equally, so we have to be treated equally. But the reality is quite different. As they are talking about tolerance, other stories told us about bigotry. Bigotry means intolerance or discrimination. As you know, guys, a long fight between black and white in the United States. There were human discrimination over there for a long time. And also rejecting women's rights to vote, women's rights to work in specific places, and many other examples of intolerance or not applying their main notion or their main concept. Okay, let's see what's coming in the next paragraph, paragraph number 3. Okay, let's check the vocabulary in this paragraph, guys. I think in this paragraph you may not know some words like conundrum, which is a noun, means a problem or confusing of a difficult question. And the character mentioned here, Mario Cuomo, he is a politician and a former of New York governor. Bemoan, it's a verb, express discontent or sorrow over something, like lament. Ascendancy, it's a noun, means supremacy or dominance. Apartheid, it's a noun also. This is a system of racial segregation and discrimination. In paragraph 3, Quindlen says that America has a long history of practicing inequality toward minority groups. Americans want to celebrate their unity, but there are still so many who can only see how others are different from them. This is not a new trend. In the past, people from different European countries fed one another. Quindlen grew up in Philadelphia, and she remembers children of different ethnicities walking on different sides of Chester Avenue. And she herself was the product of a mixed marriage. Ethnicities may be different now, Quindlen argues, but conflict is still the same. Why should a nation founded on the idea of inclusion be full of people who are biased toward one another? Next paragraph. We will take paragraph 4 and 5 together. In paragraph 4 and 5, let's see the vocabulary. You may not know their meaning. Like splintered means breaking up or shatter. Verge means edge or border, is a noun. Fisticuff is a noun too, means fighting with fists. Cabbies, taxi drivers. Interwoven, it's an adjective, means intermingled or combined. Then devastation, it's a noun, means great destruction or damage. In paragraph 4, we can see that Anna Quindlen is trying to show the individual struggles between different nations living in the United States, as the struggle between Arab and Jewish, Jewish and Arab, Poli and Chinese, Chinese and Poli, Puerto Rican and Slovenian, Slovenian and Puerto Rican, and so on. Guys, these different divisions, guys, or other countries, such divisions, they live peacefully and interwoven in this nation. But in paragraph 5, she shows that American used to have a common enemy. She states, first it was other countries. The United States fought in the world wars. After that, it was communism until the end of Cold War. And then, since then, the Americans has slowly become more divided. Now it seems they are united. As she ended the fifth paragraph, terrorism had led to devastation. She said that terrorism led to a great destruction, a great damage in the United States. As it led to that, it led also to unity. It makes the citizens of the United States come together and stand unity in front of this common enemy, which is terrorism. Now, guys, we end about half of the selection from paragraph 1 to paragraph 5. This is the first part of this literature session. I hope you understand well. If you have any questions, you know how to send them, and I will answer all of your questions, inshallah. See you guys. Bye.